Welcome to Court Helicopter Explainer every weekend, courtesy of Court Helicopter. Wakili Danstan Omari. This week saw a dramatic action at State House. The President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, assented to critical laws. Those laws have raised a lot of issues. People have made a lot of noise. Social media, formal media, until it went to court. And the court has stopped the implementation of those laws. What is the true position of those laws? Everybody is talking about the laws from a different perspective. But what is the law? Today, we deal with the first law. That is the law called the Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Amendment Bill 2024. What does that law? Why was that law made? That law was made to deal with the issues related to the Cybercrime Act. Section 2, and I want to read in verbatim, then I explain to you so that you do not get it wrong. In that law that the President amended, Section 2 of the Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Act is amended, 1, on the issue of access. The law was amended to include programs. Access was limited to very few issues. So any program in a computer is meant to be accessed. Number 2, it defines and expands what is an asset. Hear this. Asset includes all property movable, that is a car, anything that is moved, or immovable, that is land, physical or virtual, and all estates, easements, and rights, whether equitable or legal, in over or out of property, chooses in action, money, or goodwill, whether situated in Kenya or elsewhere. So under this law, the definition of what is property is wider. It now brings in property in Kenya and property elsewhere. It brings in any form of property that you can touch, and any form of property like M-Pesa, any form of property like airtime, any form of property like shares, any form of property now has been included here. Previously, digital property was not part and parcel of the assets that were involved. Then it goes to identify identity theft. Listen, it says it means the use of another person's personal identification information, including the name, identification number, SIM card, mark, SIM card, bank account information, address, or any other subscriber information. So, what this identity theft means, when you steal a SIM card of somebody and use it for your own information, that is identity theft. When you steal a certificate of somebody and use it, that is identity theft. When you take anything, an ATM, an ID, and use it, whatever identifies another person, if you use it for your own good, then the law takes that is identity theft. Then it goes to say the last issue that it has defined is virtual accounts. Virtual accounts under this law means all types of accounts held virtually. It might be a Facebook account, it might be an Instagram account, it might be a Twitter account, it must be a bank account that is global, it might be a cyber account. All those accounts now have been identified. So the law, the first thing it has done, in one, is to expand the definition and bring on board all that is required to be dealt with as cybercrime properties. In Section 3, it brings now the question of our website. Have you ever seen a website dealing with terrorism? Have you ever seen a website recruiting children? Have you ever seen such website? What does the law say? And what has the president ascended? Listen very carefully. It goes, where it is proved that a website, listen, where it is proved that a website or application promotes illegal activities, comma, child pornography, comma, terrorism, comma, extreme religious and cultic practices, comma, issues a directive to render the website or an application inaccessible. What does the law say? The law has now come out that if the government finds out that that website deals with terrorism, that website is recruiting children for child pornography, that website is there for the purpose of enhancing crime, that website will be closed without any notice to you. So the question that is there, people are quarreling that websites are going to be put down. But the question I'm asking, now that you have read the law, do you want websites that promote pornography, terrorism, extreme religious and cultic practices to be available? Kenyans, it is your time to know the law. Me, myself, Wakili Danstan Omari, I will not agree to a website that promotes those types of vices. So was the president wrong? The answer remains to you, because read the law. It is specific to websites that are promoting those offenses. Nowhere in this law is a website that is promoting goods for services, commercial business, professional services being targeted. But those websites that promote those offenses, the law says they will be shut down. That is the law that the president assented. Let's go to Section 27. Section 27 says, Section 42A, I want to read the next one, about the SIM card. Has anybody ever stolen your SIM card and wrote a message, offensive message, to one Cyrus Kimanga, to one Danstan Omari? Has anybody taken your SIM card and accessed your bank account and stolen money from it? What does the law say? Stealing of somebody's SIM card. Section 42A says, a person who willfully causes unauthorized alteration and unlawfully takes ownership of another person's SIM card with intent to commit an offense. It is not taking a SIM card with any good intention. If I take that SIM card with an ulterior intent to commit an offense, is liable on conviction to a fine not exceeding Kenya shillings 200,000 or to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 years or both. So the law has now come to catch up those people who steal people's SIM card. The law has now come up to get those people who take the SIM card and transact pretending to be them. If convicted, the fine is Kenya shillings 200,000 or an imprisonment of not exceeding 2 years or both. So those are the key areas that the law has been amended, and if you look at the rules, or if you look down further, you'll find out that the provisions, the Hulaba law about that cybercrime amendment are for those who think that the law is not proper. Wakili Danstan Omari from Court Helicopter has read to you all the amendments that have been inserted in that act. See you in the second episode when we look at the next law that was amended. That is the Inspector General, that is the National Police Service Act. What has been amended in the National Police Service Act? Thank you very much, and see you episode 2.